Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Grow and Clip Bonsai for Seniors. This is Sunday afternoon, March 6th of 2022. It's 38 degrees Fahrenheit or 3 degrees Celsius with a wind chill of 24 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 3 degrees Celsius. Today, we're going to talk about some crepe myrtles. I don't know if you've seen Sam from Aussie Bonsai Bloke, and he has some beautiful crepe myrtles with thick trunks. But out in his climate, he can grow them. He grows them nice, I'm telling you. But a crepe myrtle is very easy to grow. And if you want crepe myrtles, I suggest Clint Cotton, the crepe myrtle guy. Let me get his little, let's see where I got his container at, right here. And that's where it's at, crapemyrtleguy.com. Now his plants are $6 a piece per plant, but you get them in groups of 4, 6, 9, 12, and 16, and they're all under, if you get 16, it's under $20 a box. Even if you get 4, it's under $20 a box. So it's not worth it to ship one because it's still going to cost the same amount. So it's better to get it that way, and Clint is a very good guy. You can go on his site. He's got a little tag there. You can chat with him, or you leave your phone number. He'll call you back if you want him to call you. So he's good at what he does. His plants are excellent. I was going to bring out some Twilight and Hopi, but I can't get them out of the containers yet because they're still solid into the containers because of the cold weather. But what I did is I took the seeds from the crepe myrtle. That's how they go on there. But let me take my blade, and I have them in the microclimate, and I don't know if they're going to be viable or not, but they're still, the wood is not, it's not dead looking. There's still a little bit of life in it, a little bit of green. So hopefully, I cut them all the way back to about that much out. When you see them, when it gets better out, I'll show them to you. And this is, that was Twilight. And here's Hopi I cut. And you can still see the green on there. Let me see if I can peel it back. And there's still a lot of green in there. So Hopi survived in the microclimate. So, now you're going to say, Tom, they're from seed. Yes, I know. And I know I'm not going to get the true one, but I says, hey, Hopi and Twilight were together. Let's see if the seeds came up with anything. But this is the seed pot. And what you do, and well, let me show you some of the seeds if you can see them. And they're just a little dark. It's hard to see, but just at the very tip of the wing, there's the dark spot, the seed. So whether they're viable or not, I don't know. And that's how they are. So what I did was take the pod, and let me put this down so you can see what I did. And all I did was break them open upside down and let the seeds fall out, just like that. Now, if you hold it up in the air, they're just going to fly all over the place. So I found that was the best method of doing it. So we're going to use vermiculite. These are my little $5 melon dishes that I buy at Mariano's. And all I did was put holes in the top and in the bottom for drainage. And we're going to use vermiculite on this. So let's see. Oh, here's my measuring cup. And what we're going to do, I had to go in the garage and get some vermiculite out and let it warm up in here. Now to see if I can open it after I jam the cover on. There we go. And all I'm going to do is put it in the bottom. Now, I don't know if these seeds are going to germinate or not. They overwintered. But why not give it a shot? Got nothing to lose. And it's not going to be the same variety because they never, if you want the exact Crape Myrtle, it's better to take a cutting. So let's wet down the growing media. I'm doing this because I don't want this stuff flying all over the place once I get Mr. Elephant to put water in there for him. And you want a nice wet base for the bottom for the seeds. And that's all you're doing is wetting it down like that. And then I'm going to show you something that I didn't think possible, but I took cutting. I cut back my red maple in the fall, early winter in December. And then I'll show you what I found on the cuttings that was just laying on the ground with no covering, nothing. Okay, so once we get our topsoil moistened with the spray bottle, we're just going to wet it in. Just like that. And then all we're going to do is keep it flat. Now I'm going to take all these seeds and put it in there because there's some that have seeds and some that are just paper, the shell with no seed in it. So whatever came, whatever's going to grow is going to grow, and we won't know until we put them in. And vermiculite is good because it doesn't, it's not hard where the seed can't push through. Now, the reason why I just put it in the middle more is because I didn't want it to, the sides here are kind of low, so if anything does sprout, we can see it. So then I'm going to take some of my micos. I found a cap for it. It's not the right size. I have to push it down, but what are you going to do? And we're just going to put some micos in there for them, just to help the seed to start. Okay, Mr. Cap doesn't want to go on, but it's a nice tight fit once it clicks in. So we're going to take the rest of our perlite. Remember, 2 to 3 times the depth, or the 2 to 3 times the thickness of the seed. That's how deep you plant the seed. But I'm not going to worry about that because vermiculite is very light. And it'll push right through it. Just like that. Okay, so we got that out of the way. Okay, so let's get our spray bottle. Let's wet it in. And then I'll mark the top of the cover later with the date and what the seeds are. And let's see if it grows. Once it gets warmer out where I can dislodge the pots, then we'll see if there's any life into the buds or not, and see what's going to grow and what's not going to grow. So once we take the surface tension out, Mr. Elephant can come in and water everything real good. Let me see if you can get it a little closer there. Just like that. That's all you got to do. Give it a good watering. And that's it. So that's our seeds for now. And then all we do is pat them down, make sure they get good surface contact, because that's what you want the seeds to get. And then all we're going to do is put our cover down. Now with my rose hip seeds, I got them outside, and the night terror couldn't get into them, so that's good. So now here's our other pot. Now this is my red maple, which was laying on the ground. That's where I cut it. But you can see that there are buds on it. So these branches are still alive. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take my shears, get my peroxide out and clean them off real good. These are my ironwood shears. And then all I'm going to do is cut right below the node. That's your brain. Right below, let's get that one down there. And over here, there's another node right here. That is the brain. We're going to cut that. And then this stem here, maybe we'll get one, maybe we'll not. We won't, but if you can see the bump, that's where another node is at. So I'm just going to cut right below it at a 45. Just like that. And maybe it'll root, maybe it won't, but it's still, let me show you, it's still green. So let's see what we're going to do here. So right now I'm going to fill this pot up with vermiculite. Now what I should do is just throw a little bit of mucus in there. Tight cap. Just like that. And then we're going to take, I don't know how many cuttings we can get out of that, but I think we can get enough. And we'll put this on top. Push. I'm going to take the surface tension out. Now if I'd have just watered it, it would have moved all over the place. And why I am doing this is so we can get our, I want the soil good and tight. There we go, just like that. And all I got is a paper towel on the bottom of the cup. No screens or nothing, because the paper towel will decay. And it'll be an easy removal of any tree roots that are growing in there. So now what I'm going to do is push this down firm. We want this soil to be real nice and firm so we can get our plants in there. Now you notice I got that at a 45. So here's a node right, see if you can see it right there. Let me bring it back more. There you go. I'm going to cut it and stick it. Now there's nothing in here, so we're going to cut right below another node. And right above this node at a 45. And we're going to stick it. And then we're going to cut right below this node. Cut it. And stick it. And then we're going to take the other branch that we got here. Now there's the node right there. So we're going to cut right above this node at 45 and push it in here all the way down. Make sure everything's up. And we're going to cut below here because nothing's here. There's no brains there, just brains over here. Just like the Night of the Living Dead, brains. So we cut it at a 45, and the reason why I'm cutting them at a 45 is so if there's water in there, it'll go off instead of sinking straight down. So we're going to take this where the node is and put this straight in. And then this one, there's still viability. There's still red in it. If you can see it. And then we're going to cut below here. Stick this one here. Just like that. And get them pushed in real good. And we can put a little more vermiculite in there. Just like that. And then I'll water this in again. And now we'll take another pot. And all I do is I take a paper towel. Just rip it. Stick it. Now, whether there's life in this thick branch, if there is, that'll be great. We'll see what buds develop. I know it looks like a slingshot, but we're just taking a chance to see what's gonna develop out of this. So if something grows here, then we can cut this one. If something grows here and nothing here, we can cut this one. But all we're going to do is try it out. And this is the time to start doing your cuttings. Let's get that there real good. And usually maples love water, so they should root pretty good. You don't have to use no rooting hormone on them. But we'll see if there's life after death on these this cutting, because it's just been sitting for, I cut them in December, so January, February, this is March, so almost 2.5 months. And all we're going to do is take that 45 and stick it all the way down, and then we're going to press, just like that. There we go. Got everything there. Later on I'll mark them, and we'll see what develops. I'll let you know. And then I still got some of these left, and I'll put them in here, so if there's anything that grows in there, then I know some of this will still be good. And then I'll take this one, well, let's try something different. With the big one, I'll throw in some azus, just like that. Get that in there, and then those water bacteria in, and let's see what develops. Will we get life out of the dead? I don't know. Let's give it a shot. It's showing green. There's still life in that little piece of the trunk, so evidently, hopefully, the brain is still alive. So don't forget Clint Cotton for your crepe myrtles. I mean, he sells good plants. I've been dealing with him for a while now, and Clint's a real nice guy. I'll answer your questions, and if you live out by him, you can ask him if you come see his trees, and he'll arrange a time where you can come and see his trees. And don't forget, for ironwood tools, if you're first starting out, get yourself a good tool, because they're guaranteed for life. And if you use my last name, NOWAK, in the code box, you'll get 10% off. And these are nice because you just lock it and go like this and they open. Squeeze it back in, lock it, and then you're done. So today's Sunday. I'm not going to put this videos too long because it's Sunday. It's family night. Get the kids or grandma and grandpa if you got the grandkids, or if you're just by yourself, then sit back, relax with a nice hot cup of tea. Put on some old Lawrence Welk shows from the 50s and 60s. Enjoy some music when music was music. You got your loved ones with you. Have them sit down with you. And tell your friends from 6 o'clock on, you're not home. Don't bother me. I'm not answering the phone because it's family night. So you take care. Have a good day, Sam. I know I don't have trees like yours, but hey, yours are fabulous. So you take care, everybody. Have a good day. And it's Sunday, family night. Take care, everybody.